This is Bhadis. Moving on to neurolinguistics. Neurolinguistics is the study of encoding language faculty in the brain. And the subject matter is the human nervous system and the language and the relationship between the language structure and brain function. And this studies about the comprehension, production and acquisition of language in human brain, and it depicts the human brain as a mechanism, and how the mechanism works to understand and produce the languages were depicted in this topic. And the topics included in this neurolinguistics were linguistics, neuroautonomy, neurology, neurophysiology, and physiology, psychology, and psychiatric, and computer science. And neurolinguistics is a history. In 19th century, it rose around 19th century. It was first of all introduced by Paul Baroka, a French surgeon, and he has drawn a connection between a particular brain area and the language processing. And here he found the root from aspiology, which means aphasiology, which means the study of linguistic deficit occurring as a result of brain damage. And this term was coined by in 1940s to 50 by Edith Crowell Troger and Henry Hekian and Alexander Loria. And Alexander Loria has written about the problems in neurolinguistics. And in 1970s in USA it was popularized by Harry Whitaker by his journal The Brain and the Language. Psycholinguistics it has a close relationship with the neurology, and language acquisition is the relationship between the language acquisition and the brain structure. And language pathology is about the neurolinguistic technique that is used to study the disorders and breakdown in language learning, like sphasia and dyslexia. And hemodynamic is a technique that take the advantages of the fact in an area of brain works, the blood sent to supply that area with oxygen. That procedure is known as hypodynamic. And experimental techniques were used where the subtraction paradigm, mix match design, and violation based studies, and variation form of priming, and direct stimulations of the brains. And priming means in psycholinguistics and in neurolinguistics, the priming is a phenomenology of quick recognition of words, that is called priming. And in simulation means that is a very important term in that is TMS, that means transcranial magnetic simulation. And subject task, which is the subject given task while task as an experiment to the pupil. And lexical decision is the word primed by related words by connecting one word with another. And coming to the other topic, that is dialect. Dialect is a Greek word which is formed from dialekos, which means a discourse of language dialect, and to discuss or to talk, which means a discuss or to talk. The regional or social variant of a language is known as the dialect, and it is a scientific study of a dialect is known as the dialectology, and it has a close link with the sociolinguistics also. And it is associated with when the dialect is associated with the social classes, it is called as a sociolect. When the dialect is associated with the particular ethical group, it is called ethnolect. And when the dialect is associated with the regional dialect, it is called regiolect. The regional dialect is which is spoken by spoken in particular geographical area, and the social dialect which is used by the particular socio-economic group. For example, working class dialect is English, and common ancestors were the German, and the dialects of that German were the English, Swedish, and German. Intelligibility is the dialect of a same language with a common intelligibility is known as the intelligibility. And synonyms for dialect is idiom, idiolect, and individual usage of the individual person, or it is also known as vernacular.